Got to thinking today, there's a lot of paradoxes within skateboarding. One that I think a lot of us, after skating for so many years, know is the whole paradox of not doing a trick anymore because you're bad at it. All the while knowing that if you were to spend a little bit of time working at that trick, you might figure it out. You might get it back to where you had it in the past. You might even get it better, miles and miles better than you had it when you were younger. For me and Quentin both recently, that's been heel flips. We both know that at one point in the past, we had them a lot better. I know for sure I had mine a lot higher. I could pop them really consistently, catch them. I could do double heels pretty easily. And now anymore, just doing a single heel takes a while. And it's frustrating, and I think about that. I dwell on that fact that they don't look as good as they could, or they don't look as good as they did back then. And that's frustrating. I get it, but it's one of those tricky mind warps, one of those skateboarding paradoxes where if you don't spend the time to work on it and get it back to the point you want, then it's just gonna stay bad or get worse and worse and worse because you never spend time on it. There's very few tricks out there that you can just jump back in, try, and land first try, and then just have it figured out. I guarantee if there's a trick that you haven't done in a long time, jump on your board, do it first try. I bet you couldn't do it 5 times in a row. Not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but that's just not the reality of it. Maybe some of you have that capability. I do not. I don't know many people that do in my close circle. But no, it's gonna take time to get any trick back. You're gonna have to put the time and effort into it. I know it's dumb, we compare skateboarding to like learning an instrument. It's not really like other sports. I'd compare skateboarding a lot more to art or to learning an instrument, learning the piano. There's a lot of little things that go into it that can affect the way you learn. You have to take a little bit of time away to reflect on what you're doing with whatever it is that you're trying to learn. You have to be able to self-diagnose what's going on with your board, your feet, your hips, your shoulders, something. There's a break in the chain that you have to figure out and mend before you can keep going and improve on that trick. Another mind warp in skateboarding that me and Quentin were talking about is the fact that a lot of the times to learn different tricks, we tell ourselves that we have to have all the parts of that trick down before we start learning them. But if you use that logic, I don't know many people out there that learned 360 shove-its before they learned tray flips. I don't know of many people that had varial heels super good before they started trying laser flips. And I also can't think of anyone that has varial flips as consistent as their tray flips. The nice thing about skateboarding, it being an art form, is that you can take it any direction you want. You don't have to have the pieces figured out. You don't have to have the fundamentals of this before you move on to this. It's all whatever you want. Skateboarding is whatever you want to make it. And that's the beauty of it, and also something that makes it really difficult. The paradox of learning difficult skateboarding tricks is that while you don't have to have the basics down to get the more difficult stuff, having a good grasp on the fundamentals can help a ton. And being able to understand what your feet are doing, what your hips are doing, what your shoulders are doing in whatever trick, knowing that can help a lot, but it also sets you in this whirlwind of thoughts where you're like, okay, my feet were doing this, it made my hips do that, but if I turn my shoulders this way, I can have my foot here, and it's gonna make the board spin around like this. It'll under-rotate, then I can catch it and finish it. Like, it becomes a true paradox, a true mind bender. And oftentimes we don't have to put that much thought into the things we're doing. I'm a major hypocrite there. I do these long, elaborate trick tips, breaking tricks down into these minute details that could be important for some, but for a lot, it's just a matter of trying it, feeling it out, and then doing it. The thing is though, with skateboarding, it's hard to put the feeling into words. It's hard to demonstrate the feeling, so we just do our best by repeatedly showing what our feet are doing, showing how the fails work, etc. but none of the minute details are really necessary to figure out what's going wrong with your trick. You just have to keep chipping away at it until something makes sense. Another interesting paradox in skateboarding is the fact that we oftentimes get more hurt not committing to a trick than if we were to commit. Even like a 75% commit, just trying to keep your feet on the board, a lot of the times that will result in far less severe of a fall than trying to bail, ending up landing back on your board, sacking the rail, landing on the board sideways, slipping out. If we can commit, our bodies know how to land on the skateboard and fall. It's a lot more difficult to fall without the skateboard under us. But it's hard because committing, oftentimes we have all these scenarios playing through our head of the things that could go wrong, and it's difficult to shut our minds off. We try to use a little bit of precaution in whatever we're trying, especially as you get older. When you get past 25, 30 years old, we try to skate with a little bit more caution because we know that if we get hurt real bad, I got that fly. We know that if we get hurt real bad, we can't really afford to be out of work for a super long time. Some people can get these paid leaves of absence when you're hurt. I was able to keep working when I busted my wrist, so that worked out really well. And my insurance covered everything, which was great. But all the while, I still try to skate with a little bit of caution. I don't want to hurt myself. But I also know in the back of my mind that if I try these things and fully commit, expect to land on it, the bad things that could happen are severely minimized if I just anticipate landing on the board, whatever it is. Flat ground, skating the stairs, skating a rail, skating a ledge. If you anticipate landing on the board, your falls are not going to be as bad, and you're likely going to be able to walk away from whatever fall, as opposed to half committing and then accidentally landing on your board. It's hard to prepare for that. One of the most important things that you can remember with your skateboarding is, although we want to get good at skateboarding, we want to improve every day, that shouldn't be the end goal. The end goal should be to have fun, make good memories, let skateboarding take you places. Travel to a new city, find a new skate park, look in your local area for different skate spots, make new friends, join forums, get on r/skateboarding, see if you can find some people that live and skate near you. Go on YouTube, type in your local city and skate park, see if you can meet some new skaters that way. Hit them up on YouTube, hit them up on Instagram, make some new friends, support each other, make some videos together. Or if you don't want to touch any of the social media stuff at all, just travel. Use skateboarding as an excuse to travel to new places, find new skate parks, go to some good restaurants along the way, bring your family with you, bring your wife, your girlfriend, the kids. Make it a whole thing. Try to include skateboarding in your everyday activities. Fit it in between work and other plans. Get some skating in before the kids get out of school. Get some skating in before your doctor's appointment, before your dinner plans. Whatever, the more you can utilize skateboarding and include it in your everyday plans, the more you can make it a true hobby, the more fun you're gonna have from it, and the more it's gonna give back to you. You know, it can be frustrating, and it's often very demotivating when we're out there skating, trying to learn something, and it's just not working out. And that can oftentimes make it to where we don't really want to go out and skate because we just have that trick stuck in our minds. We can't get it. We know if we go skate, we're gonna end up trying it again, just gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna try to skate that rail, and I know I'm not gonna commit. I'm just gonna spend 30 hours jumping down the stairs, hurting my feet. But you can't focus on that kind of stuff. You gotta leave the strenuous, strict goals, leave them in the car. Just get out here, step on your board, have fun. Don't make it a progression session every time you skate. Just get out there, do what feels good. You don't even have to have a proper warm-up. You can jump straight into tray flips, start skating the ledge right away, start hucking it in the bowl. You can make your skateboarding whatever you want. I'm not saying I recommend jumping down your stair set first thing when you get to the skate park, but it doesn't have to be this methodical thing, step by step. Skateboarding can be whatever you want it to be, and that's the beauty of it.
Okay guys, and here's your verse for the day.
1 John 1:5. This is the message we have heard from him and declare to you. God is light. In him there is no darkness at all. If we claim to have fellowship with him and yet walk in the darkness, we lie and do not live out the truth. But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Jesus, his Son, purifies us all from sin. And I pray that you all, much like myself, can be like sheep to our Father, our Heavenly Shepherd. Be listening for his voice, be constantly seeking after him. Love those around you, love yourself. God bless.